So if cost of living is crazy, buying basic food is crazy, general things, whether it's transport, buying general food from convenience stores, bills, things are ridiculously high. Why would you think people want to vote you back into power? And this is what I always say to people, and I think it's almost similar to I've forgotten the candidates in America. A billionaire should never, ever, ever be the leader of any country. No, never. So whether it's a Bezos, it's a Musk, it's a Sultan of Brunei, whether it's a Dangote, because a billionaire does a leader has to be able to identify with the common man and the regular man. Now, you could have a Richard Branson situation where, oh, I know what it was to be poor, and this is not how I've now become rich. But those guys who've been spoon fed, or guys who've never really known what it means to really struggle, to really be debt poor, but specifically billionaires and guys who are rich, who don't even need to be presidents and can pretty much live lavishly without the presidency or being in office, they should never be leaders. Rishi Sunak is freaking rich. Him and his wife, and I think his wife may even be richer, they are super wealthy. So why would they even have any concept of like, what about the regular man, the common man, the working class person? No, because they can't identify with them. But it makes sense that the conservatives would get destroyed because guys, I'm looking at this everything like, wait, this cost this much about a few months ago. Now this costs this much. How is milk this much? How is this biscuit this much? How is this stuff rising a pound, 2 pounds, 2 pounds? It's insane. And you ask the common person, not just the guys who live in Kensington or in Hampstead, you ask the regular man, and people will say, bro, the cost of living in England is crazy. Just the basic living is crazy. And everything has gone up. The pricing has gone up. Everything has just been effed up. So this is people's response to be like, this has just been a trash run by these dudes, and the conservatives have just it's been trash. But the issue though is, don't now think that Labour is like, oh, these are now the good guys who are now. The Labour is maybe just a less extreme version of the Conservatives. They're not that different, which is why this is similar to people aren't kind of impassioned or excited about, hey, Keir Starmer. It's more so, let's just get these guys out rather than I want to vote for these guys. So people are not rushing out to vote for Labour, they're rushing out to vote out Conservatives. So this is more of a Conservatives get the heck out rather than no, Labour come the heck in. So what is the next best thing from this vote? So that's that one there. Reform. It baffles me how people don't realize the kind of country that they live in. So I'm looking at people's responses and I'm like, oh my gosh, how did Reform get more than the Green Party? How did they get 13 seats? This is crazy. I'm so shocked. You are shocked? It's almost how people say that, oh, England is racist. It's like, well, England racist? What the hell? Like when that clown says, oh, Piers Morgan was like, no, there's no racism in England. We don't have racism like you guys in America. No, England is extremely racist. You just need to go to the right places to find your right dose of racism. And Reform getting seats, of course it makes sense. Of course it makes sense. Because you have to understand that there's London, then there's Thiel, then there's Kingsbury, then there's Widish, then there's Slough, then there are these other country places. So England just isn't London, Bristol, Birmingham, Manchester. There's Thiel, there's Reading, there's Slough, there's Winnish, there's Pangbourne, there's all these small little country places that all make up this place. And those small places that don't really have different cultures around, that don't really have any interactions with other people or cultures, of course they're going to vote for reform. Of course they want a hard Brexit. Of course these guys hate Europe. And of course these guys want to bring back the British Empire. And of course they like the rhetoric that Farage says of like, yes, we're the British Empire. Brexit means Brexit. We don't need those damn Europeans. We are better off of Europe. And what I always say to guys who are like, Brexit means Brexit. So cool. If Brexit means Brexit, you're not allowed to compete in the European Championships. You're not Premier League teams are not allowed to compete in the Champions League, and you must have a visa to enter into Europe. And Europeans, at their the discretion, can deny you entry into Europe with your visas. See, so many idiots were so stupid when they voted for Brexit because it was like, you can say what you want about David Cameron. He's not stupid. So what you want, he's not stupid because he was like, you still keep the pound. You don't lose the pound. And so much a job I had. So I had a job where it was an online job where we sold kilts. And our biggest markets, so we sold kits via like Amazon and eBay. And our biggest market was America. So our biggest market was America where we sold kits. So you bring in Brexit, we now have to now cater for trade laws, extra trade laws, and all that kind of stuff. Whereas once we're in Europe, we didn't have to think about that trade of those extra trade laws and those and the extra stuff you don't have to think about by you now not being within the union. So it messes up business, it messes up jobs. So it's just don't underestimate the stupidity of people. Hence why the world is about the 99% and the 1%. The 99% are stupid, are idiots, and they're sheep. The 1% are the smart people, the clever people who use media and are the leaders who now are able to now control the sheep who are the 99%. Do not underestimate the stupidity and the ignorance of the 99%. So for the reform dudes, for them getting seats, of course it makes sense. 100%. The whole thing about Brexit means Brexit, the hardline lords, right wing, 100%, because people stop living in this fantasy that, oh my gosh, in 2024 we can't be having this. Look at what's happening in Italy. Look at what's currently happening in France. Look what's happening in Germany. There is a right wing push happening across Europe, and England is no different because someone actually put something, a tweet, and it was in relation to what's happening with France and Le Pen. So this tweet was like, Paris isn't France. London is not the UK. And then I responded by saying, I'm so glad that when I'm in England, London is my base. But it's true. Paris, that does not represent France. And France are now saying that no, we want Le Pen in there. London is, for me, I say that London and England are two different countries because I went to school in what you'd consider England, the countryside, and it is very different from London. I love London because London represents the world because it's different languages, different cultures, different vibes, different pockets of cultures all around. It feels like if you are on planet Earth, where because planet Earth is we are full of different people and we are melting pots of different cultures. And I've always been a global guy of like, oh, you speak this language, you speak this language. Oh, I like to learn from your different cultures. I've just been a guy that's been open to guys of different cultures. Guys in the countryside, they don't like that. Hence why people in the countryside, they despise London. And when it's just on what reform represents is no, let's bring England back. Let's bring England back. Let's ignore this crap happening in London with all these culture stuff coming and let's Brexit England, Britain culture. And it makes sense because I lived in that area for a long time. I went to school in that area for a long time. So I know how those people think. So reform, it makes sense. So it's not shocking, bro. It's not shocking.